If you're interested in taking these ideas as far as possible, presenting the most aesthetic version of yourself, I'm launching a coaching program where I work with individuals one-on-one. I'll evaluate your whole presentation, lock in on a sort of archetype that makes sense for you, and help you get to the 10 out of 10 version of yourself presentationally. I have found that maximizing your looks has an enormous return on your life, and so if this is an area of your life that you're ready to take seriously, check out the link in the description below.
Element number one is pretty obvious, but a lot of adults don't do this, and that's obviously to get a dentist, right? I think once we get into our 20s and whatnot, this is when we're starting to get off of our parents' insurance. Around the age of 26 is when you have to get your own insurance. But even in your early 20s, and a lot of guys that are watching this are in their teens, definitely get a dentist and stay on top of getting your dental cleanings. Now, if you're an adult, I know this is that's very overlooked. I have a lot of friends that I talk to and a lot of people that I talk to, and it's been years since they've gone to the dentist. Really take control of your oral health and get a dentist that is a part of your health insurance. And if you don't have health insurance, make sure that your job has that health insurance and make sure to utilize that health insurance, because that's a lot of money just sitting around that you could be using towards your health. Element number two is that the dentist is going to help you correct any malocclusion. A malocclusion is underbite, crossbite, or overbite. This is where it mainly impacts your jaw, and if you have a overbite, obviously the top part of your mouth is going to protrude out and it's going to make it look like you have a recessed chin. A crossbite, it will cause asymmetries in your jaw. An underbite will cause the jaw to jut out and will make it appear as if you have a recessed maxilla. A maxilla is very important for beauty and when determining whether or not you perceive a face as being beautiful or not. Forward growth is a main factor when it comes to that. Having a recessed maxilla might have eyes that are protruding out and have that jaw that's jutting out. And what this affects is actually facial angle convexity. The ideal angle to have when it comes to facial angle convexity, and this goes into making sure that your face is proportionate, is 165 degrees to 175 degrees. Now, facial convexity, anything lower than 165 degrees causes almost an overbite appearance, and what you'll see most people have is a recessed chin. When it comes to facial convexity that is above 175 degrees, this is when you'll be seeing people who have a underbite and when their jaw is jutted out, and that gives the appearance of a recessed maxilla. They need to be corrected when you are younger. This is when the dentist could start doing a lot of interventions that aren't going to be that invasive, but as you get older, you're going to have to start to do more invasive procedures. Element number three is teeth whitening. Opt out of the Zoom whitening. It's like $500. It's like for an hour, and you're supposed to have visibly a wider smile and whatnot. It's a pretty intense thing, and to be honest, it's not worth how much it is. It's $500. I've gotten it done before. I maybe seen a little bit of a difference, but to be honest, a lot of dentists are actually starting to get rid of this service. I have made a video on this of how much pain I had went through, and it lasted about 3 or 4 days. It's these things called zingers that just send jolts all up your body. It is the worst pain ever. I've got my wisdom teeth removed, and I can say that I'd rather deal with my wisdom teeth pain than to deal with teeth whitening pain. That is how crazy that pain was. It was nothing I've ever experienced before. But you guys can learn all about that experience in this video that I'll link. Just get the $50 crest whitening strips. Crest whitening strips, I know it's going to take you 2 weeks rather than an hour, but to be honest, this is the best way, especially because you can test your teeth sensitivity on a day-by-day basis. Let's say you do it for a week, but on that 8th day, you start to feel your teeth get a little bit sensitive. You could take a break and start using toothpaste or using Oragel. That's going to help out with that teeth sensitivity. If you are feeling sensitive to the teeth whitening treatments, they have sensitive teeth whitening for people who have sensitive teeth whitening strips. But again, $50 versus $500. A lot of dentists will actually tell you just use crest whitening strips. The Zoom whitening it's not worth it. The next element that I want to talk about is getting braces or Invisalign. Nowadays, you can get Invisalign, Smile Direct, or Smile Bite, whatever they're called now, that they can just give you impressions through the mail and that you could just do it at home. I think this does still require you to go to the dentist and get x-rays and an impression and all that. But nowadays, it's pretty affordable now. They're about $1,000 to $1,500 in order to just correct your smile in as little as like 4 months. The fourth element is flossing. Flossing is powerful. I wish I would have flossed when I was younger, because when I used to go to the dentist, it used to hurt, especially like at these bottom teeth, because there was no space in between my teeth. Brushing alone would not get rid of the food that would get stuck in between my teeth. Obviously, when you get braces and stuff like that, it brings it in closer. This is very good because it gives you a good smile, but when you don't have any spaces, it can cause food and plaque to build up in between that teeth, which can then lead to cavities, and not flossing your teeth can lead to gingivitis and bleeding gums. And I've experienced this before because I used to not floss like at all. And number one, it would lead to painful dental cleanings. And then number two, what it would do is it would cause bad breath. Number three, it would cause yellowing of the teeth. If you can get rid of this plaque in between your teeth, it can make the biggest difference when it comes to having a white smile. A bonus tip is that I would recommend plaque tool remover. You can get these kits at like Walmart, CVS, any grocery store. Basically, this is just a tool that you can use in between dental cleanings, and this is going to make your dental cleanings a whole lot easier. Whenever I go into the dentist's office, they're like, "You're like my easiest client today." And that's because every 1 to 2 months, I use this dental plaque cleaner, and I just pick at it. Basically what they would do at the dentist's office, minus the fluoride treatments and stuff that they do anyways. But what this does is it gets rid of that plaque, make sure that I don't develop gingivitis, make sure that I prevent cavities as well. That's it for this video. Not only will you improve your looks, but you will improve your health overall.